So in this video, we're going to be talking about Andrew Cuomo, Governor Andrew Cuomo, and as I always say, it does confuse me how there's a governor and a mayor. I know obviously there's New York City and New York State, but come on guys, you could have come up with better names. Anyways, it's probably not the time to be salty about that. And so Cuomo denounced for orders sending thousands of COVID patients to nursing homes. This is something that Matt Hancock should be liable for as well. But yeah, Mr. Cuomo, you in trouble, boy. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is facing new criticisms after the Associated Press reported Friday that a state directive led to over 4,300 still recovering coronavirus patients being sent to New York's already vulnerable nursing care homes. And so it was a death sentence, tweeted Daniel Choi, a doctor at the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra Northwell. He called the directive a horrendous idea and definitely not something any doctor taking care of nursing home patients would have signed off on. The State Health Department directive issued March 25th barred nursing homes from requiring patients deemed medically stable from being tested from coronavirus prior to admission. Cuomo, a Democrat, rescinded the order in May 10th, but not before thousands of infected patients likely entered nursing homes and contributed to the coronavirus spread. The estimated number tallied by the AP to what amounts to have been a big and indefensible problem for facilities, the outlet reported. So from the AP, it was the single dumbest decision anyone could have made if they wanted to kill people. Daniel Arbany said of the directive, which prompted him to pull his 88-year-old father out of a Brooklyn nursing home where more than 50 people had died. His father later died of COVID-19 at his home. This isn't rocket science, Arbany said. We knew the most vulnerable, the elderly, the compromised are in nursing homes and rehab centers. CBS New York reported that Friday that the coronavirus had taken the lives of almost 5% of nursing home residents in the state. That's crazy. And this week, Cuomo tried to deflect blame for the directive. So let's get this, guys. Why did the state do that with COVID patients in nursing homes? Asked Cuomo. It's because the state followed Trump's CDC guidelines. So they should ask President Trump. Big man, yeah. You're the governor of a state. Okay. This was a guideline. Let's look at what a guideline means. Okay, a guideline, a general rule, principle, or piece of advice. So Trump's guideline is what you followed, huh? So if Trump put out a guideline saying you should run off a cliff, rude boy, would you do it? Absolute idiot, bro. He's trying to blame Trump for his mistake. Big shock here. This is the guy. Some people want to replace Biden at the convention. Get this clown out of here. In an op-ed at the Guardian on Wednesday, questioning the recent accolades heaped on the New York governor, including suggestions that Cuomo should run for president. Journalist Lita Gold and Nathan Robinson of Current Affairs magazine write that Cuomo should be one of the most loathed officials in America right now, and he absolutely should be for his response to protests within New York City, to the way the police have handled things, to the way he's dealt with the coronavirus. He's an absolute joker. Gold and Robinson argue that the blame for New York's high death toll from the coronavirus should sit largely with Cuomo. It should do, with the caveat of Trump should have given these states prior warning, but your decisions led to people's deaths, and we can analyse that through the fact that the UK made similar decisions and had similar results. Federal failures play a role, of course, but this tragedy was absolutely due, in part, to decisions made by the governor. They wrote, citing as examples his failure to take swift actions, delays in imposing social distancing measures, Medicaid cuts, which are a decision he made, you can't blame that on Trump, both before and after the start of the pandemic, and his partnership with Silicon Valley billionaires to reimagine education. This is the problem for too long. Democrats have measured their politicians by whether they are better than Republicans, wrote Gold and Robinsons. This sets the bar very low indeed, and means that Democrats end up settling for incompetent and amoral leaders who portray progressive values again. Shouts out Joe Biden, because you're another one, bruv. And so this is the op-ed that they wrote here. If you want to, you can read that in your own time. I'll link that below. And so we can see here, care homes face funding cuts if they didn't take COVID-19 patients. So this is from the UK, and so several care councils threatened to withhold funding to care homes to deal with coronavirus outbreak if they didn't agree to take COVID patients. Sky News can reveal, and this should actually get a separate video in itself. purely because this is abhorrent. But we can see that the reason why the UK and the US have such high deaths within care homes isn't just because that these people are incredibly old and have underlying health conditions. It's mainly in part due to the fact that they had people in hospitals with coronavirus and put them back into care homes where they would spread the illness without them fully recovering. And so anyone shocked that this has happened shouldn't be surprised, purely because Cuomo is a bad he's a bad human being. Let's not get twisted now. And his brother Chris, who keeps giving him fluff pieces in CNN, get out of here, Chris. Do your job properly and hold your brother to account, or get someone else who's actually competent to interview him. Absolute joker. And so look, I'm going to leave it there. But what we can see from this is the fact that Andrew Cuomo is an incredibly irresponsible human being, and should be voted out of office next time around. I think he went against Cynthia Nixon, and he won. But hopefully next time he's up for re-election, he gets voted out, because this guy's an absolute clown. And Chris Cuomo, hold your brother to account, or shut up, big man. Had enough of these sort of jokers, brother, in the media, propping up guys like him who have no idea what they're doing, have done incredibly bad jobs, aren't a million miles away from being moderate Republicans, and cutting Medicaid, especially during a pandemic. Get out of here, man. Trying to reimagine education using people like Bill Clinton. Bruv, this is what I mean. These people are not your friends. These people are not your allies. Yeah? Ignore them. And so, look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.